time, Anakin was still confused and full of conflict within his body, within his mind. Every single action he had taken ever since becoming Darth Vader only pushed him deeper and deeper into the dark side of the Force, in which he felt fully. He was willing to go through all this just to save Padme. He actually didn't want to do any of this stuff. He was only doing it to save Padme, or which he was tricked into thinking that this would actually all save Padme. At this time, he was completely emotionally broken, and he was completely broken in the mind and in the spirit. After the events of Mustafar, Anakin Skywalker found out that he had actually lost Padme anyway. Everything that he had done, everything that he had led up to, eventually ended up to Padme dying anyway. And this is why Vader was so upset after he found out that he had actually been the one to choke out Padme, which could have potentially led to her death. And at this point, Anakin had absolutely nothing. He didn't even have himself anymore because he was now fully encased in armor 24/7. He is now Darth Vader. His wife was no more, his best friend was no more, and his father figure was the only one that he had left, which is why Vader actually continued to cling to Palpatine very strongly, and he felt as though he could not leave his only friend behind, which was technically Palpatine at this point. Palpatine had effectively changed his whole demeanor, completely shredded him of everything else that he had already known, and during this time, which is why Vader also remarked as to trying to killing off Anakin Skywalker. Vader didn't want to be known as Anakin Skywalker anymore. He didn't want to feel Anakin's emotions anymore, so that is why he said that he killed him and moved on. His only purpose being is to serve the Empire and to serve Palpatine. The only thing that would actually bring him back to the light would be little reminders of his past. Like obviously when he found out that he had kids and Luke and Leia, and obviously too when he had actually saw C-3PO on Cloud City completely destroyed. For a minute there, Vader had actually became very sentimental of what C-3PO meant to him as a kid. He actually went on to save C-3PO by telling his stormtroopers and his commander to give the droid back to Chewbacca, almost knowing that Chewbacca would actually take care of C-3PO in a way that he couldn't anymore, obviously because he's gone down his path and become Darth Vader. Now I can ramble on about this topic for a very